Say you are given a problem where a wooden block is resting on an inclined plane. The inclined plane is at a critical angle, where if it is increased any more, the block will begin to slide down the inclined plane. Given this information, find the coefficient of static friction.
Step 1. Draw a free body diagram. The first step in any force problem is to draw a free body diagram. Because the block is on an inclined plane, we must tilt the axes however many degrees the angle of the inclined plane is, or theta. There is a normal force, a gravitational force, and a frictional force acting on the block.
The next step in this problem is to apply Newton's second law to the object. List out the forces acting in each direction. Because this object is static, or not moving, the acceleration in both directions is 0. This makes the sum of forces equal to 0 also.
Step 3. Finding the force of friction. Now let's focus on the x direction equation. It is known that the force of friction is equal to the coefficient of friction multiplied by the normal force. You can now substitute this equation in for the force of friction.
Step 4. Finding the normal force. Using the sum of forces in the y direction equation, subtract the force of gravity from both sides. You now have an equation for normal force.
Step 5. Substitute. Now, substitute the normal force in the x direction equation for the normal force given to us by the y direction equation.
Step 6. Solve. To find the coefficient of friction, we need to get the coefficient of friction by itself. First, we need to get the frictional force on one side. We need to add the frictional force, or the coefficient of friction, times the normal force to both sides. Now divide both sides by mass times gravity cosine theta. Now we can see the coefficient of friction is equal to mass times gravity sine theta divided by mass times gravity cosine theta.
Step 7. Simplify. The only thing left to do now is simplify. The masses cancel each other out, and the gravities cancel each other out, so all that is left is sine theta divided by cosine theta. This simplifies to tangent theta due to the laws of trigonometry.